breaking news tonight out of Fargo. Police are on scene of a robbery at Crown Liquors in Fargo. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Krista Bain. A call came in just after 9:30 tonight of the robbery at 3051 25th Street Southwest. We do have a crew on scene and we'll be bringing you any updates as they come in. Well, chilly temperatures didn't stop hundreds from grabbing a tasty treat to match the cold on the first day of March. This is the only kind of blizzard we're seeing out there and all winter long. We can turn it over to Hutch now to take a look back on our winter as we begin to itch for spring. Hutch?
Well, I'll tell you what, we have that itch for spring, but really when we look across the country and our neighbors out on the East Coast, out by Buffalo, seeing brutal winter conditions all season long, we have nary heard the word blizzard here in the FM area. Today we enjoyed yet another gorgeous day. Look at the colors with just a few flakes traveling by. Oh, look at that colorful shot there earlier this evening. But as we closed off our day today, things were quiet. Taking a look at the season so far, snow depth under a foot in most locations. We have to go to the international border before we start seeing slightly deeper snowfall across the valley. And your winter wrap-up. Winter, meteorologically, are the months of December, January, and February. So we can now take a look at our temperatures. And after a very warm December and January in both Grand Forks and Fargo, where temperatures were about 7 degrees above average, well, we have temperatures in the month of February that were brutally cold, but that brought our temperatures a little closer to seasonable, but still we close out the winter season above average temperature-wise, but way below average snowfall-wise, almost 2 feet less snow than we typically see. Yes, we could still get more wintry weather. In fact, a blizzard warning in effect for the northern plains tonight. I'll tell you about that coming up here in the main weather segment in a few moments.
Well, I hope the snow at least holds off for a little bit. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
There is new tension tonight between the U.S. and Venezuela after 4 missionaries from Devil's Lake were detained there. They have since been released. Venezuela's socialist president has routinely accused the U.S. of plotting a group to drive him from power. Now the Venezuelan president has announced new rules for Americans who want to travel there.
During a rally in Caracas, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro once again railed against the U.S., which he has long claimed is trying to topple the country's socialist government. He told a crowd that Venezuelan authorities had captured some U.S. citizens involved in what he described, without detail, as undercover activities and espionage. Over the weekend, 4 American missionaries working in this Venezuelan village were released after being held for questioning. Their pastor says they did nothing wrong.
Our people are not spies in any way, shape, or form.
For George W. Bush, Dick Cheney.
Maduro also issued a so-called anti-terrorist list of Americans barred from visiting his country, including former President George W. Bush. Florida Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, also on the list, tweeted, "Proud to be banned from Venezuela by Maduro. I'll continue to advocate for human rights." In response to earlier U.S. sanctions against Venezuela, Maduro ordered the U.S. Embassy to reduce its staff and is now requiring all American visitors to get visas. A senior U.S. official says the continued allegations that the United States is involved in efforts to destabilize the Venezuelan government are baseless and false. This latest flare-up comes as the Venezuelan economy is in shambles, with skyrocketing prices and widespread shortages of basic goods. A former U.S. ambassador to Venezuela says Maduro is using the U.S. as a smokescreen for his own failures.
The Maduro administration has tried to make the United States a scapegoat. But in fact, the problems Venezuelans face today are of their own making.
Venezuela. Today, Pope Francis prayed for a 14-year-old boy killed last week during an anti-government protest and urged Venezuelans to reject violence and respect human dignity. Mark Potter, NBC News, Miami.
The 4 missionaries were working on a joint health initiative with a Venezuelan church. A UND hockey game ended early for 2 students after they were escorted out of the arena last night for holding up this banner which says Fire Kelly. Sophomore Austin Eminis and freshman Bailey Ladner tell me they were both walked out toward the end of the game for holding the banner up, which is in reference to UND President Robert Kelly. Eminis says he wanted to catch administration's attention as a student, a part of what he calls the silent majority at the school. Information still has not been released about a shooting in Grand Forks at the Altru Hospital parking lot. The Grand Forks Police Department says the shooting happened Saturday morning following a police pursuit. Information is still not being released about the shooting, the pursuit, any arrests, or if anyone was injured. But a witness who took these photos says she did see one man carried out on a stretcher. The North Dakota BCI is investigating but have not returned any calls. And you can follow all the updates on this story on our Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. Stereotypes tend to be easy to create, but hard to break. One woman from the Middle East is trying to shed more light on her culture here in Fargo. Valley News Team's Macy Anger explored how a community event at the library helps her make that a reality.
Today I will present about the Iraqi culture.
Iraq, a country some tend to associate with the suffering of our local soldiers and words like war.
As a human, by nature, we are stereotype about everything. That's why we need to understand where these people coming from.
Read a little history. Iraq was a very, very progressive country.
How the women were in that time.
From history to music.
Kind of catchy music.
And food.
We have Luqmat al-Qadi.
Iman Yassin hopes to share the culture of the Iraqi people.
The more information you get, the more you know the people. They're talking about to love each other, and they are the young.
Yassin's husband says it's all about keeping an open mind.
At one point, my ancestors came to America 150 years ago or whatever, so they probably went through a lot of those things, that families coming over to Fargo-Moorhead now are experiencing.
That's exactly the mindset Fargo librarian Diane Briggs hopes comes out of these presentations, all of which focus on cultures of new Americans living in the Valley.
We have good friends from Iraq. And in fact, we met them when they came to this country.
From what I've learned, there's a real richness and beauty in the Iraqi culture.
Though Yassin and her two sons came to America to start a new life,
Any questions?
she says she'll carry her culture with her.
If you want the truth, you have to look for it.
And this is one way she wants to help others walk in her shoes, even if it's just for an hour. In Fargo,
Thank you,
Macy Anger, Valley News Live.
Yassin and her two sons came to America as refugees in 2008. She became an American 2 years ago and is now a student social worker at MSUM. Crews have been prepping for a big traffic tie-up tomorrow when a house on wheels moves through South Fargo. Workers put signs up and took street lights down along 52nd Avenue earlier this afternoon. And if that is the street you take to and from work, you'll want to think about taking a different route. The move will start around 8:30 tomorrow morning and continue through the evening hours. Both the truck and house combined weigh about 424,000 pounds. And there will be road closures from 25th Street to 45th Street on 52nd Avenue South as the house moves down the street. Also, the I-29 and 52nd Avenue ramps will be periodically closed. Time is almost up for anglers in Minnesota to move ice houses off the lakes. The Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is closing for the season, and that means ice houses must be off by midnight tomorrow. Houses south of Highway 10 in Minnesota have to be off the lakes by then. Locations north of Duluth have until March 16th to remove its ice houses. If your houses are left on the ice, you can be fined. The DNR also has a right to confiscate and destroy ice houses if they're found on the lake after the removal deadline.